Hey, man, what it do, what the business is.
It is another week in the books with the On Deck TV show. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holler at your boy Animal Brown, Animal_Brown if you're looking for me.
Absolutely, man. And as I said, I am Spike Lou on them same social sites. Holler at your boy. How you living out there, AB?
I can't complain. I'm dodging raindrops out here in these streets. It is looking like a tornado is outside, but we cool, though.
Fell out this motherfucker 100% around Georgia, nigga. It was swimming out here.
The weather is nuts.
Everybody. Yep, summer over. Football about to start back. We're getting back in that bag, man. So absolutely happy to have y'all here. What we got this week, AB?
Action-packed episode, man. Listen, Tory Lanez is getting sentenced. We're going to put our predictions on, our prediction hat on, and see what happens from that. Boosie is going on tour with juvenile facilities. We're going to see if we're fans of that or not. Yo Gotti just dropped his new Gangsta Grills. Let's see if drama kept the streak going. And Utopia numbers are in. We're going to discuss those in more detail. But first, your man, Lil Wayne, is set to join Undisputed on Fox with Skip Bayless. He'll be there weekly. I believe Friday will be his day. We all know Shannon Sharp left a couple of weeks ago, so they've been looking for replacements. Apparently, Tunchi has a rotating seat. My question for you, is this a good move or a bad move?
This is a bad move. We've seen Wayne throughout the years barely pay attention to what's going on, and I would admit it's pop culture. He does seem to know a little bit about sports. I understand that.
True.
And the look is dope too. But Lil Wayne has been one of the biggest stars in the world.
Yeah.
So to go sit in here every other week with Skip, it just looks like a skit. It don't come off as real. And I'm not knocking Lil Wayne's sports credentials, but if I'm Skip Bayless, like I can't do this with you. Like maybe for 15 minutes, a segment in a month. But I've seen some criticism. Now I'm starting to believe it. It's like Skip Bayless don't want nobody up there that can give him some real smoke. But they did announce that Richard Sherman is going to be like, I guess
he got a seat up there too,
co-host too. But like,
and he will give him some smoke.
Richard Sherman is going to give him some smoke. Yeah, that came out right before I was just making my points to this coming into the show. But I will amend to that Richard Sherman will give him some smoke. But I just feel like for Skip, on that end, it's taking the easy way out. You're trying to do the pop culture thing. You want us to think that you relate to pop culture because you come up there with the tied up J's and the bull. like you think that makes you cool, but it really doesn't. Like it really doesn't. And he needs something to keep him with that makes it seem like he has a pulse in hip-hop culture, and I think it's a big farce. It's a cool look for Wayne if he can go up there and make himself look good a couple times a week, but I don't really think that he can spar with Skip Bayless in that format either. So I don't like it. I don't like the move at all.
Yeah, you got to remember, though, Wayne has been dealing with Skip for several years now. Even on First Take, he used to pull up the First Take every so often when they did their little...
too.
Yeah, it was mid. I never checked it out. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not interested in a sports take from Wayne. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Like, come on, bro.
I don't want to hear that. Even though my guy is a Green Bay fan, so he'll be repping the flag on national TV every Friday.
Which goes to show even more he'll know what he be talking about.
Let's go Wayne on that. But I will say it's definitely a win for Fox, though, because you're saying that, Skip trying to be cool with the Jays and stuff. No, he just needs impressions. He does those goofy ass pictures with those, man, with the second low key off-brand J's tied to Smith Greens, dude. Yeah, he does that for impressions, just to get looks. So this will not necessarily make for a good show, but they'll make some decent viral clips, though. Man, which is at the end of the day, that's all you can ask for. And if you look at it, Shannon Sharp right now has 2.6 million followers on Instagram. I'm sure he got a decent percentage of that from being on the show. Wayne has 17.8 million. So Fox just went from a nigga with 2 million on their show to a nigga with 17 million on their show. That is a come up, dude. And he's going to do the theme song, of course, which only makes sense. So that's a win if you're Fox News. Wayne probably didn't want a bunch of money. He just think it's cool. He get to talk shit about sports. My question, though, how much of this is the Cam and Mace effect that they're having with their independent rollout and their independent brand? Did Fox see that and go, Hey, who do we know that can sit up here with Skip? Oh, Skip likes Wayne. He'd be over his house eating dinner and shit with his wife. Let's see if we can get Wayne on here. I wonder how much of Mason them doing well played a factor in this, if any at all.
I think it had a lot to do with it. I think somebody at Fox is paying attention to that and sees the personality, somebody that already got an outside fan base that could bring, like you said, those 17 million followers over here to this morning show that's really may struggle because we don't know if Skip can hold it down, Dolo. Yo. But that was a question that I was going to ask you, and that was a great lead into it, is who is this is doing more for Fox, right? I'm not off when I say that. Like, Wayne is getting less out of this than Fox is. Would you agree?
Yeah, but it's easy. It's a layup for Wayne, though. It doesn't take a big commitment. One day a week. He's already in LA all the time. Like, this is, it's fun for him. This is more of an easy check than anything.
I guess, yeah.
It's easy.
But he's clearly the most valuable person in the relationship.
Agreed. He doesn't have to. He'd rather do this than go have to do a concert with 45 songs. I don't want to do that shit.
That's true.
Let me sit up here for 45 minutes once a week, nigga. Get this off, and I'm cool. Go blow this bag on some bullshit.
That's true. All right, man. Moving on. Your man numbers are out. It was really easy to find this. I still haven't found those Killer Mike first week numbers. That's crazy. But the Utopia first week numbers are out. And AB, they came in at 485,000. There's a Drake album on the way as well. Do you see him or anybody, Champagne Poppy or anybody else, passing Travis with that 485 number this year?
Not gonna lie, 485 is big time. This album was highly anticipated. We talked about it last week. People are responding positively to it, so it's getting a lot of replay spins. He, of course, got the merch on deck and all of that shit. Who knows how much of this came with the bundles and all of that. I seen he did do 55,000 vinyl sales, which is a lot for vinyl because nigga, that's typically a lot of niggas don't do 55,000 streams, much less 1,000 sales in vinyls. So that's huge too. I'm surprised at the number because it started to grow more and more, which makes me it makes me think that there was some merch play involved.
Oh, you think there's some farm activity?
I mean, no, just the bundles, because I think they brought back the ability to include the sale of an album with a shirt to go toward your album sale, and all of that shit. But I will say the last person to do numbers like this was Drake with Certified Lover Boy. So if there was anybody out here that could top it, it would be him. Now I see why Drake announced his album. Yeah, I'll be dropping in 2 weeks because he didn't want any parts of this right here.
So Drake album is coming out in 2 weeks for my dogs.
That's what he said.
He can beat this. Yeah, I think
35 is nuts nowadays, though. Like, niggas not doing that.
It is. Well, I feel like that Drake has the same, or if not a bigger machine behind him than Travis does. Yeah. I sit here and said, and I was wrong. I didn't think that he would do numbers like this again once he had the concert thing happen. I didn't think that would happen, but he's overcame that. I wasn't a big fan of the album. The numbers were surprising to me. Like you said, with the bundles being added into it, that was the reason that we saw that big gap in big artists coming out earlier in the music business. They were waiting on this judgment for the bundles to be included in their numbers because that helps them get more money. We're seeing Travis, somebody else, I think, benefited from this as well. But yeah, since that is going into effect and you have a reasonable measuring stick out there with Travis, now Drake can drop and do it. Cole album come out before the end of the year. He can get up there. Who knows if you get a Nicki, maybe Cole can get up there, but I mean, he can get in between. Cole can get up to 4. We've seen him do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And who knows if you have a Cardi B album coming later this year, that could get up there too. Yeah. So there are people out there that could do this. The question is, are they going to have music ready before the end of this year comes out? Drake, as you know, you said 2 weeks. I don't know if I believe that. And is this even like, what do we know about the album? What is this? What have he said?
We just know the title.
Just know it's on
my dog. He said it's on the way. Yeah.
So is it like an official Drake album, or is it some shit like the playlists he drop or any other random thing that he does,
man,
he ain't get no marketing for.
It might be some UK shit. It might be some R&B shit. It might be some rap shit. It might be some Afro beats.
Good or bad? Not knowing what to expect. This
is good.
Big fan that you are. So you as a fan, you like, okay, I don't even care. He just dropped me. Like, you don't got a preference or anything?
I don't. I think he does a good job of balancing stuff out. He dropped the last record, which was a dance album, turned some people off, but he had a banger on there with the Jimmy Crooks joint with him at 21. So that rung out through the summer.
And landed to that 21 run with him.
Which is more of what people wanted to hear. Well, certain people wanted to hear. Cool. Then he dropped the single this year earlier. He's more songy. So like he tries to appease. He's got a lot of audiences to appease, and he does a pretty decent job at speaking to each one of them. So whatever this is, if it is something different out of left field, he'll make up for it with a 4-pack by the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll balance it out. He's super strategic with that shit. But to put it in context, though, Certified Lover Boy did 613
first week.
Drake
can get this. Drake can get this.
That was 2021.
Where did Cole do? What Cole doing his last version? You know.
What who?
I remember him being somewhere. J. Cole. I remember him being somewhere in the fours when he dropped last time.
Yeah, because when he did one? Let me see.
The basketball shit, right?
Yeah. He did the off season. He did 282.
Oh.
Yeah, that ain't enough.
Maybe not.
That ain't gonna get you no interviews.
Ain't gonna do it.
That ain't enough, buddy.
We'll see then. We will definitely see.
Real quick though, I just saw a clip of Travis over in somewhere, I forgot, overseas, and he brought out Kanye and everybody was hype and the crowd was going crazy, blah, blah, blah. I think it's interesting that he hasn't announced a tour with this album yet. We know how people get down. They drop the big boy, highly anticipated album, and nigga, a week or two, nigga, after the merch clear, the tour tickets get announced. I'm kind of surprised. I think he may be kind of testing the water, checking the temperature to see what he can get away with, so to speak, because this album isn't as like ragey as Astro World was. Like there's some mellow Travis Scott on here. So I think that might have been done purposely. I don't know. I'm interested to see how they play the tour. That's gonna be interesting.
What has he just been playing dates? What did he bring Kanye out to?
I don't know what this was, but it wasn't. This may have been some type of album promotion, but this was overseas, man. Like this motherfucker, they just so happy this nigga to be there. Who
did they have a crowd? Were people there?
Oh, yeah, they was slam. Oh, come on, that motherfucker was.
I didn't know if it was like a private thing since they was still like.
No. It was a big dog show. Dog show.
He said he had plans to do other shit around the world.
Yeah. He was gonna do an album release at the pyramids and all that shit. Yeah. It was a Utopia concert in Rome.
Oh. So he ain't playing the US. He probably ain't got no intentions on playing the US yet. Like, nah, nigga, fuck that.
You gotta tread lightly, man. 10 people die at your show. You gotta tread extremely lightly.
Yeah, you do. He laid low for a while. He came out there way more than I thought he would.
Facts. Next up, man, your man Yo Gotti. He teamed up with DJ Drama, reconnected with DJ Drama. This was the follow-up to I Told You So, the mixtape from a couple of years ago, like 06, 07. This is called I Showed You So. My question is simple. Did you check it out? And does Gotti have another one? Because last year he dropped some heat too.
He did drop some heat last year. I have checked it out, and it checks out. Like, this is if you're someone who knew Yo Gotti from the time that he's came in the game, and you're listening to it now, 20, 25 years later, it's exactly what you'd expect to hear. It ain't outrageous. It ain't, oh, man, what is he doing? It ain't no disappointment. It's like you've gradually seen him grow into this person that he said that he'd be, like in I Told You So. And what's the name of this one?
I Showed You So.
I Showed You So. Like, it's perfect.
That's hard.
The whole thing for that's fire. And he's living up to it with the songs on the track. Like, nigga had a song called, and I'd never thought of this. This is a cold-ass term, the driveway furniture.
Yeah.
Like the nigga was like, I don't even drive it. They just look good in front of the crib. Nigga, so I just got them parked out. Like, nigga, what?
Yeah, that was hard.
That's big dog stunt right there. And Yo Gotti is one of those dudes that you look up and you be like, damn, this nigga worth $1 billion. Just like low key,
relax.
No, I'm not saying now. I'm saying by the time that he's finished. I'm saying by the time that he's finished, the nigga already got ownership in teams. You and I've sat with him. We understand how smart he is. Who knows what type of play can come through? Like That's just true. Like the liquor play came through with Hove. What I think Yo Gotti does a good job of is just being around. And he can be one of them niggas that you look up 10 or 15 years from now. He done been around and in enough rooms and ain't boxed himself out to where he's included in one of these deals that got a really big payoff. So I could see Yo Gotti. And also, too, is because all of it kind of fits his character. I never really look at him and say, oh, he's doing too much or this, that, and the third, even through the beef with Dolph or the backlash that he got from what happened with Dolph. I never really seen him and was like, man, he's held it down for all the years that he's been in the game. A lot of people are not able to say that. I tell you, AB, you look up 20, 15 years from now, be like, damn, Yo Gotti worth how much? I can see it.
No, it's not out of the realm of possibilities. He's a smart businessman. I will say, when it comes to rap resumes, Yo Gotti's is pretty clean. Like, I'm not even gonna front. He's got a very respectable career. Several mixtapes, several albums. He stay out the way. He don't really do too much, like you said. He got the little back and forth with Dolph. It was a little one-sided because you really don't hear Gotti saying names and having specific diss songs and stuff. There just be some if you know type bars, but he has stayed relatively low key, successful, played the background. He's in boss mode right now, got a roster full of hot acts. He has a very nice career. With that being said, I listened to the project. I thought it was cool. I thought last year, I want to say that was last year, 2022, that CM10, the double album, I thought that was frying this. And I'm not going to lie, I thought the shots at Gunna were lazy. I thought that was lazy, bro. I think he was.
You made a lot out of that. I barely even heard that.
But he said he doubled down on the shots at Gunna.
And man, you got to do that, though. That's
no, you
what
don't.
His brand represents.
No,
his brand represents that, bro.
His brand represents meeting with Jill Biden at the goddamn soccer team that he owned game, dude. You're not going to hear Jay throw a shot at Gunna, dude, even though he may feel a certain type of way.
Do that.
No, you won't do that. You'll never hear it.
To do a little slick thing just like that. Like, what did he have to do with Future and his kids? He still threw that line in there.
That wasn't a shot, though. That was definitely
you don't think Future took that as a shot?
No, that's different. That's hip hop, though.
But that's what I'm saying. That's Yo Gotti's form of hip hop. That's what he comes in like. He feels like. Again, you said it was real subtle. It ain't nothing that where Jill Biden, when he in the White House, gonna look at him crazy, but it is enough where the niggas said, no. Like Yo Gotti wouldn't be Yo Gotti if he didn't speak on that or say something about that. He's from that. Like, that's the great thing about his brand. As you said, it ain't a lot of smut on his name, and that's hard to do coming from the brand of hip hop that he comes from, and to see him in the White House. Like, it's hard to do where nigga ain't like, even Jeezy went through phases where nigga was looking at him like, bro, what are you doing?
That's true.
Like, it's happening. But Gucci, man, all the niggas that started where he started have gone through those phases where you kind of like raise your eyebrow at them. Yo Gotti ain't had that phase. No, he got to stick to it. So
listen, man, he got the girl they had been chasing for years.
Got Angela, they finna get married, nigga. He married into the Simmons, nigga. That billion gonna come quicker than you think, nigga.
So why are you throwing shots at Gunna, man? You're not even close to the situation. You gotta let
little niggas know. The same reason why the shit happened with Dolph.
He ain't close enough to the situation, man. He ain't close enough
to sometimes, bro. Like, you have to. You know, people gonna be listening drama on here. You gotta do that sometimes. Like, niggas just gotta hear that and know where you stand. Like, this is your brand. They got to know where you stand. At the same time, Jill Biden won't know nothing about it because the shit was so slick. Like you said, it was subtle. It wasn't a Gunna this song. It was just like, I see you, little nigga. Knew y'all niggas wasn't about that life. We keeping it moving.
Hey, niggas gonna feel real crazy. This shit come out that he did that shit wasn't snitching. Like, that shit can't be used against thugs. Like, niggas gonna feel real crazy. Niggas gonna feel crazy.
That's not gonna happen. Let go of that. That's not gonna happen.
I'm rooting for Gunna, man. Fuck it.
Using that in court, my nigga. You can root for him still. That's fine. He ain't really done nothing wrong. He a musical act, but shit, they gonna use that in court, my nigga. You can forget that, nigga. They got a lot on their plate right now anyway with Trump. They threw that thug shit to the back of the pile.
Nah, that's worse for him. Then he gonna be frozen food in there.
Facts, nigga. All right, man. Earlier we spoke of Cam and Mace. They're doing their thing in the sports broadcasting, podcasting world, man. It's, if you haven't seen the sports show, you know the name of it?
It is what it is.
It is what it is, man. If you haven't seen that, check that out. Pull it up on YouTube. If you like that type of humor, it's funny. Those niggas, you can tell that they're friends. I'm glad that they got back together. Pause in the nature of what we're talking about.
For sure.
But there's been something going on about online. They saying that Cam and Mace should do a buddy film after their last music video trailer. My question to UAB is this: are you here for the Cam and Mace buddy movie?
So the video in question is called It's Only Money. And I'm not gonna lie, before I even clicked on it, it said official music video. The last thing I need to hear from Cam and Mace are music. That's first and foremost. It's 2023. You found a whole new lane that y'all are much more adept to do right now in modern day times. I don't need new music. But I will say during the little skit, because they did have a skit at the beginning that everybody keeps talking about, Mace was ripping that song he was on in the background. That's first off. Second off, I could do without the Cam song. That shit ain't nothing. But their chemistry is on point. You can tell they've known each other for a long time. They have very similar taste in humor, so it kind of works. Is it enough to do a buddy anything short TV show film? I don't know about that. Have y'all seen Cam's movies? Not counting Paid in Full, which he was not responsible for. Have y'all seen Killer Season, dude? Have you seen that bullshit? Do you really want to see him do some shit like that in 2024? Absolutely not. Now, if we're talking about a real money with some real budget with them two in it, that shit might be kind of funny. But don't let Cam behind that camera, nigga, or in that script room or none of that shit, though. I don't want no part. That movie is horrible, dude. Not want that. But I'll be here. I'll here for a little skit or a little YouTube series. That should be fun in a motherfucker.
I enjoy Cam and Mace together, man. I do. And the last part of what you said is correct. Long as Cam ain't got no creative control, long as it's not Killer Season, long as it's not him even with the midget shit that he thought was fun, little person stuff that he thought was funny in the video. Like, that's Cam's sense of humor, and that's cool for a certain type of people. But if we talking about a mainstream, this is funny buddy comedy, I'd be here to see that with professionals, though. These niggas would just be on air talent. Like, get some real good funny, like Ice Cube should be on this. Like, this can be like almost a newer New York version of a Friday, or old niggas, not in the same vein or lane, but just that would be the template for you to build off of. A day in the hood or Harlem with some old washed up rapper niggas and let them niggas play it. Like, it could be some really good stuff there if they got with the right creative minds. And unfortunately, this ain't gonna happen now because the writers and stuff are on strike. But before then, we had seen an influx of black writers and black screenplay people that could get this done together. So if they did hook up with talented people, like you were saying, AB, I'm here for it, because one thing that you see and you spoke to is their chemistry.
Yeah,
you don't see that with a lot of people. People speak to it with us doing this show, and that comes from just knowing someone, knowing like how people are built, what you say to them, you know, what y'all stay away from, and not taking things too serious. You don't see Cam really act like that with a lot of people, including Jimmy. Like, you see that they fell out. Like, when Mace hits him with the pauses and all of that stuff, like, it seems genuine. It's like some shit me and you would do, because we know each other. We're not going to take offense to it as to where it will be someone else. And you be like, hold on, bro. Like, it can kind of have that weird energy. Since those niggas don't have that weird energy and both of them have a good sense of humor, it would be fire if someone that was a professional, again, I want to iterate, someone who was a professional could like play on that. I think that would be very enjoyable.
For the record, for those looking for Killer Season 2, he says it's on the way this Christmas.
Nobody's looking for no more. Like, stop rapping.
People got to stop getting on Twitter and just adding and tweeting random shit. Man, Cam, when you gonna do Killer Season 2? We don't want that. Stop making niggas think that we don't want that.
Double down on the sports shit, bro. Like Nori did this in the beginning too. All right, come to the new album when Drink Champs was getting like, no, relax, bro. We good. Nori started to understand that them niggas will get it too. Like, they gonna go get the bag from Barstool or whoever is gonna give it to you. Double down on the sports shit. But the last thing we want to hear is Killer Season 2, bro. It's over for that. We don't want to hear Harlem World 2. We don't want to hear Double Up Deuce. None of that shit.
And that's the movie Killer Season 2 he said is coming.
That's even worse. That would blow the whole buddy shit out of the water, because people are going to see that and be highly offended in 2025 or whenever it's going to come out. Don't do that either. Stick to the sports shit. Do some little skits to show people that you guys have talent, and look for a professional to help you do the movie. Ice Cube is who I would recommend. That's the
I can see
play
that.
right there. That is the play. Anything else would be uncivilized, dude.
Ice Cube, low key, because he can make this low key like how he did Janky Promoters, because that's low key funny.
Same thing, exactly.
Yeah, that could be funny.
Just something like that. Like he could throw it in his little boom and let's do it.
Yeah, that's it. But man, please don't make that Killer Season 2, man. Y'all gotta stop lying to your favorite rappers, dog. Nobody want to see that shit. Next up, man. Speaking of favorite rappers, your man Meek Mill. He's been on a little tour, or I ain't gonna say tour, a little promo run. He talks about educating young people about how the industry works and kind of some of the motives of these record labels. And he said, quote, labels incentivize artists to rap about violence, guns, and ignorant stuff by paying them higher and giving them more exposure. That's a pretty big claim. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, the question is simple. Do you think that is a true statement?
Possibly. I think it's probably impossible to prove. My question would be to Meek Mill is like, give me the scenario. Like, how did that happen? Like, was one of the executives there telling you, oh, you should rap about killing this nigga in this verse versus rapping about like fucking a bitch or selling drugs? Like, I don't understand how he got to that conclusion to make the claim. I'm sure it does happen. I'm sure people may tell him, oh, we wanted to hear it a little edgier, like a representative from the label or whatnot. Or something, you know, the literature, we've heard it before.
Yeah.
I don't see where this, like, I just couldn't see this conversation having, especially with a nigga like Meek Mill. I think it sounds good to say in the room that he was in to make himself sound smarter, to build the conspiracy theories, to like keep your name in the scuttlebutt. But if we're talking about it being actual factual information, I just don't believe it. And I'm looking at the source, it's Meek. Like, I don't see how it would have taken you 10, 15, 20 years for this to come out, or for you to just even be having this conversation in the room that you were in. It seems like it's one of those things that dumb people say to make people think they're smart. Because it's not a bad thing to say, and it probably does happen. But if someone were to grill him on it and be like, well, what do you mean? Give me the logistics of how that happened.
He wouldn't be able
I'm pretty sure he wouldn't even he couldn't even pull up a scenario. Yeah. And again, this ain't me, Spike Lee, saying that it doesn't happen, because I'm sure that it does. But I would have liked for Meek Mill to speak more of it so younger artists could be more aware of it.
Yeah.
Like, my nigga, if they're going to follow the same blueprint you do, they seen you on Instagram with the big stacks of money. And if you're telling me that the label told you you had to rap about this to get this, well, what do I do to keep myself out of this situation and still make the money that you made? Yeah. That's the question that we want you to answer, as opposed to just making this blanket claim.
Yeah.
What's a
it's look, I don't doubt that this has happened before. I think they have said things like this. They just use probably coded language, and they said it in person and not on no emails or text, so there's no paper trail. But there's definitely a coded way of saying this indirectly. Now, how you get paid more for doing, I don't know how that works.
How?
That gets a little tricky. Maybe
you say nigga 1,000 times, you get a kicker in the contract. Like, I don't understand, bro.
Yeah, maybe that you get gun sponsorships if you say Draco. And because remember, about a year or two ago, I said, "Hey man, how many people are talking about this goddamn Jeep, dude? Like this goddamn what's the shit called? What's the Cherokee shit?
Oh, the Trackhawk."
Man, if I had $1 for every nigga that mentioned a Trackhawk in 2021, 2022, I'm like, are they being incentivized to name drop this shit? So I'm not saying that that's true. It just felt that way, because when you get trendy bars and trendy lines and trendy things people talk about, you start to see more and more. You go,
where did this come from?
Are they just riding a wave, or are they being incentivized to say this? Because it sounds like a sponsorship at this point. It's you can't, when you look at a music video or a movie and you see a nigga hold up a Pepsi clear as day and hit that motherfucker, they got to check
Pepsi
for that.
Pay for that.
They pay for that. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that the same thing can be happening in hip hop. The Messenger is interesting. We just saw him. He's more known for being goofy than keeping it real. And I'm not saying he is a goofy nigga and not a real one. I have no idea, but the image doesn't match the shit that he be saying. And then on top of that, if you listen to his latest material, it's all about the shit that he's saying that they're making people say. So it's confusing, bro. And Kanye called him out for that too.
This is independent.
Yeah.
This ain't even on no label. So nobody's making you say this now. The last music that he's dropping, it wasn't on a label, which is why I didn't catch on. Again, this just sounds like conversations that he's having with people who want him to have a different persona, a different profile. So they're going through this, and then he go and say it in public before he started out, really, or went against some people who could defend it or something like that. It's just like it doesn't make a lot of sense for you to say that they incentivize you to do so when like there's just no way that there's no, like you're saying with the track hawk, like they ain't paying. Dodge ain't pulling up to Universal and be like, if y'all niggas say Scat Pack or whatever it may be 1,000 times in the song, we're gonna give you $1 million. That's how it would have to go. So if it's like, are you telling me that they're telling you if you say kill a nigga, kill a nigga, kill a nigga, kill a nigga 100 times, like, you know, like we'll give you another $1 million like that? It literally would have to go that way for like to be what he's saying. Otherwise, it's just you have the, as an artist, you have like what you going in there and being creative about. I feel like you got the veto power. Unless you
maybe it's indirectly. Maybe it's not that simple. I can see somebody saying maybe it's not. You know who would be really good to ask about this?
Who is it?
Does Glasses Malone still have his podcast? I feel like he would give good insight.
That would be a good. I need to reach out to him and see.
He would give good insight on this. I know that was dumb random, but he would give another perspective that I think, because I'm with you.
He's hit on this. Yeah.
Okay. That sounds like something he'd talk about.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we do. We need to reach out and see if we can't make that happen. That was a good pull.
Facts.
What we got next? Is it me?
Yeah, it's on you, Plil.
All righty. Your man, Tory Lanez.
Ooh.
He's up for sentencing this week, AB. Prosecutors are looking for a 13-year sentence for the guilty verdict that he was handed down earlier this year in the trial. Simple question, AB. How is this going to play out?
Man, so this was sentencing. We're recording on Monday. This was supposed to happen today. It got pushed back till tomorrow, which is Tuesday. So we're making our quote unquote predictions. It's not a game show, but we're trying to see what we think and how it may play out. So we're either going to be way off or spot on by the time people hear this on Wednesday. They're looking at 13. If I had to guess, I'm gonna say 9, bro. I think they give him 9.
9 years.
I do, bro. I think they give him 9, bro, for taking it to trial. They tax you when you go to trial, bro.
They do.
It's that trial tax, dude. Like that's how they got Max B. He took that shit to trial. You want to take it to trial? Okay, cool, 75. Like, God damn, dude.
Somebody got killed, respectively, though.
I mean, yeah, for sure, but he wasn't even there.
I see what you're saying.
Hey, imagine somebody got killed. You weren't even there, and you still got 75.
Podcast, man, go listen to that podcast, man, because that was nuts.
So they tax when it come to that shit, bro. And he ain't gonna be no different.
They do. He put them through the ringer. It's been a big celebrity Hollywood trial, but he did get new counsel, and I think that's gonna help the lawyer. I see it about 6, anywhere between 5 to 7 years. I'm gonna settle on 6, because again, since he is such high profile, I don't think that I don't think that the judge would want to make it look like that they're overly punishing him. Like nobody died, like you was just saying with the other stuff with Max B. I don't think that they're gonna give him the full 13 or they're to get up to 9. Like that's egregious. It seems like. I know somebody got shot, but a lot of stuff has came out around it, and it seems like if he had just had better lawyers, then he maybe would have been able to beat this.
No.
So maybe they're going to be able to pull something out in sentencing that will get him down, I think, to about 6. About 6 is what I'll say.
He gonna wish he would have took a plea deal, dog.
Yeah. What was
most times people do?
Do you know what they offered him in the plea?
I don't. But I know it wasn't. I don't think it was damn near 13 though. He could have took a little.
It's crazy.
That's double digits is nuts.
I know that nigga. Golly, because it don't even seem like a big deal.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you why it doesn't seem like a big deal though. I'm glad you said that, because we talk about this in the group chat all the time when shit happens, and I can't remember. We just talked about this. The reason it don't seem like a big deal because there's no video. If there was video,
that's true.
Hypothetically speaking, of what occurred, of what they say occurred, and we could see it in HD, it would be we'd be like, oh, okay, that nigga finna get 10. Like, he lucky he missed her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you could see it.
Lucky.
But since you can't.
If you just see him out there going crazy with the gun and just shooting the chick in the foot, yeah, you going down for them whole 13.
Yeah.
You're right about that. You're gonna get all you're gonna get everything you're looking for. So that makes sense.
And the lack of video helps in this situation. Well, traditionally would help in terms of at least public perception.
So you say 9, I say 6.
Yeah, we'll know before this come out.
Well, yeah, by the time it drops, you'll know.
Let me see. Speaking of Meg, she took to social media to say that, hey man, I'm taking a mental health break. No music from me anytime soon. Do you think that's the right play for her? And do you think now would be a good time to still come out, or should she just go ahead and wait this shit out?
I thought that she was a rapper. Like, I didn't think that she was the social media influencer rapper. Like, my image is bigger than the bars. I when she came out, thought that's what she was leaning on, in addition to the sex appeal. But now that she says this, it doesn't make me think that. It makes me think that she's looking for the Cardi B route. I put an album out, that album will get big, and then I'll never have to do this again. And I say that because she's starring in something that's coming up here soon.
A little movie.
Doing the acting thing, a little movie or whatnot. Not a little movie. I don't want to act like I'm hating, but I just feel like that Cardi has put the blueprint out there, and that's what most lady MCs are looking for now, unless they like trying to rap, like somebody like Rhapsody or someone like that trying to rap. It seems everyone else is trying to create a recognizable image and cash in off of that, because as a lady, it's kind of easier to do that. Like, it's
for sure.
Carisha to go from City Girls to Carisha Please, or it's easier for Meg to go from Meg Thee Stallion to seeing her places and in just different rooms, as we seen Cardi do it. So I don't blame her if the play is, well, shit, you telling me I can go to the studio or just go out and be a pretty boss bitch everywhere? Most of them are gonna choose the latter, because a lot of them didn't get into this like because I love rap. It's a step on the ladder to success. So I understand her saying this, but I was just mistaken. I thought she was a rapper's rapper.
She was, until she blew up. And
till she got successful rapping.
Until she got successful rapping. And then nigga L'Oreal calls and gives you $1 million to do a commercial. Motherfucker, man, fuck the booth. Nigga, I'm putting on mascara for $1 million? I mean, let me get that. He's about nothing. These magazines call you. Once your brand, first of all, she has a personality that people really buy into. And so that's the, first of all, you look the way you look. You are talented. And you have a personality that people buy into. It's a rap. That's a recipe for success. You're going to get calls from Pepsi all the way goddamn to Revlon to man. The doors are wide open when you're somebody of Meg's talent, looks, and stature. So that's a go. And that, like you said, she's in a new movie or coming soon. Like, bro, and how many times have we talked about Cardi? Like, nigga, why would she make an album? For what? So y'all can critique it to death, and Nicki fans can shit on it all on Twitter. Man, fuck, anybody got time for that shit, dude? Nobody has time for that. But I will say, though, I thought this comment was interesting, and I'm not going to lie, it sounds like a cop-out, because I saw an Instagram reel that she does. She has those funny reels where she's like narrating over top of them and shit. And this was like a month or two ago, maybe a month. And in the reel, she said, I'm not putting out, she was cooking. And she was like, I'm not putting out any music right now because I can't, but I don't want to speak on that right now. One day I'll address that. And so I was like, oh shit, okay. That sounds like we know the problem she's had with her label and back and forth with Rock Nation and all this type shit. And now it's I'm taking a mental health because this last year took a toll on me play. And I'm like,
maybe her lawyers told her to say that.
Huh?
Maybe her lawyers told her to say that.
Maybe so. Maybe so. That's possible.
Now that you say that, that makes sense. Because I didn't know she was still going through it with 1501. I thought that shit got solved. So that's
but I don't know that either. But she said she said I can't put out music. She didn't say I don't want to. She didn't say I'm gonna wait. She said I can't put it out. I'll talk about that another day. And so I was like, damn, that's interesting.
How long ago was that?
Man, I'll probably say about a month.
Let's say AB is the A&R at Rock Nation.
For sure.
Right. You're managing the talent of Meg.
Definitely here for that.
There's you might be too, she might fire you for sexual harassment. But there's a decision to be made on if you say, okay, I'm going to try to go to do whatever I need to do with 1501 to start getting the music out. Or, you know what? Fuck this. Tell them you're doing a mental health break and let's go figure all the rest of these bags out and do the example that Cardi has laid out for us, because clearly Meg is suited for it.
Facts.
You being control of that decision, which one are you doing?
No, we take the I'm taking a break while the lawyers settle or sort through whatever they need to sort through, install 1501 out. 1501 can't make nothing off you if you're not
can't keep going.
If you're not putting no music out, but you can keep eating with these commercials and these sponsorships and these movie roles and these TV roles. She was just on She-Hulk last year. Like, she's a brand. She'll be good. But 1501 and Carl, whatever his name is, if this is the situation that they beefing over, he ain't getting no money off of that shit. He need music to get paid.
That is the play for Rock Nation. We're going to eat off your brand. We're going to put you in Marvel movies. You're going to have L'Oreal, Fenty, all of that. People going to know your name. And we're going to keep taking these 1501 niggas to court. And every time we go to court, it's this much. And we got this much every time we go to court. Do they? Can y'all do this for 4-5 years? Because she good. She ain't got to rap no more, bro. And you're not making any money if she don't rap. And then eventually they're going to take a lower buyout.
That's
offered y'all $10 million before. Now we're going to give y'all $3 million.
That's what it smells like to me. Yeah, that's what it smells like. Because she just talked about not being able to release music. Now it's the mental health break. That's easy because nobody's going to question that, bro. Yeah. Because it's legit.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all. All right, next, man, before we get to these wins and these losses, AB, my man Boosie didn't get a lot of publicity for this. So I had to go in and throw it on there. If you had to say some crazy shit, and we throwing Boosie out here and he getting a lot of publicity for it. But over the weekend, Boosie was saying that he went to a juvenile facility, man, speaking to kids who went through some of the same things that he went through. So he wanted to speak to them, kind of be a role model for them, and say he wants to be influencing kids of that lifestyle more so they don't have to go through what he's been through. What do you think the reception for this is going to be, AB?
Apparently it's been very positive. He said that going through the juvenile facility, he said a couple of them hollered at him and was like, hey, bro, your words like have changed me. You know what I mean? He didn't really go into specifics, but he said, I really need to talk to these kids about moving and doing things the right way. He said, I don't want nobody's child going through what I've been through and seeing what I've seen. And that's a very respectable statement. Now, you know what some people will say. They will say that he is doing this. They will question the timing because he has a case pending in L.A. And
this definitely has to do with the case because he went to anger management too. All of that got to do with probably his lawyer told him to do this.
And that's not to say that Boosie not a genuine dude and he don't mean what he's saying, but people will question the timing of it for sure.
Yeah,
that's why I can see that now. But other than that, man, he's saying all the right things. And hey, if he's doing it, then so be it. What the motives are behind it, who knows? But if he can talk to somebody and change a couple niggas' lives, man, hey, man, more power to him.
And that's fine. Like, I agree with you. Like, people are going to look at it kind of funny because of the timing. And that's fine. People you got your right to do that. What I will say is that I hope as he does this, whether it be for court obligations or just doing it out of goodness of his heart, because that's where he is in life, I hope that he does more of this and that it is impactful, because one thing that we do know, he ain't going to stop speaking his mind about the other stuff.
It's true.
And it starts to become tiring and people start putting you in this one box if all they ever hear you talking about is being judgmental about homosexuals or pointing the finger at niggas who you call and snitch. I seen somebody was asked, like, nigga, who made Lil Boosie the dawn of all gangsterism? Like, when that nigga can speak on it. But what I will say is, if when you start tying this in here and you start to do this in an impactful way, like a nigga like Wallow, not to hold him up to that standard, but just showing that he's trying to do it, and he like adds to the content the same way that people pick up on his content when he on Vlad, the same way that people pick up on the bullshit that he does. Like, he should make a concerted effort when he does this. I don't care if it seems lame or not, but get this on camera, because not only do the people there need to see it, it needs to be that image out there of Bootsy and niggas that ain't in that jail that could also get something from it. He has the he got the resume to be able to do this and be really effective at it. I hope he catches a bug. I hope he wants to talk and change to people, but I also hope that doesn't change him. I hope that we still get the wild, crazy takes. This will just balance it out more, so we ain't rolling our eyes as much. Sometimes we'll be rolling our eyes, and sometimes I'll be like, damn, look at my nigga Bootsy, man. I'm proud he done that or this for these kids. So I just hope that he picks it up more and continues on with the other stuff that he does. It'll give us a nice, well-rounded figure to root for.
Nah, listen, man. The kids are the future out here, man. So if he can change them, if he can say some words, man, and people will listen to him, kids will listen to him. I feel like he got their ear. He's successful as hell. He's outspoken. He's got the respect of the kids. I think it's a good look. I ain't mad at him. I don't. It's on film. If he's doing it because of the try, whatever, man. Like I don't, bro. Just make the difference, dog. Like because they don't. Some people may not know. They take it for genuine and actually make some change and shit. A nigga might be a CEO somewhere and be like, man, nigga, everything changed when Boosie came to my shit. Like,
yeah,
fuck it. Time for some wins and losses, man. First up, W or L to former NFL football player Le'Veon Bell. If y'all didn't know, Le'Veon Bell does make music. He has been trying to get a Jack Harlow feature for his project. He has reached out twice, and both times Jack Harlow has said, nah, bro, this song ain't it. You getting there, but this ain't it. Is this a W or an L for Le'Veon Bell?
It's a big dog L. You know how slow you gotta be for a nigga to be like, man, this nigga was in the NFL, bro. You know how much money this nigga got? Like this nigga sit out for a whole year to get the amount of money that he got before he got out of the NFL. I know he ain't in there now, but that nigga got some guaranteed money. Can you imagine what this nigga could have offered Jack Harlow and Jack Harlow still being like, nah, bro, I ain't even fucking with that. And not even try to offer him no help, though. Not even be like, bro, I'm going to pull up. You got the studio in Pittsburgh. I can come through. I can help make that motherfucker right. The nigga was just like, nah, bro, I ain't even coming close to that atrocity. Like, nigga, when you even get somewhere near right, maybe I can pull up. But he ain't even got the nigga, I'll help you fix it music. It's like, nigga, no, that music. That's crazy.
Hey, maybe man,
I find him another hobby or something.
This is a W for Jack Harlow for keeping it a band, though. Be like, this ain't it. It ain't the song, ain't it, bro. It ain't it. He ain't dodge him. He ain't act like he missed the call. He said, "Yo, bro, I got the song, bro, but this ain't it." So that's constructive criticism, dude. Like I respect that.
Le'Veon Bell said.
Le'Veon Bell was hot about that shit. Nigga. I already know.
He had to be. Oh, okay. All right. I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. I hit you when I get it right.
Normally, you don't get 2 times, bro, to send the bullshit.
Now, to go back to a nigga with the, okay, now what you think about this one, after he done told you that it ain't it, and you still got to hit him with the, nah, this ain't it. That got to be heartbreaking, bro.
I mean, it's some
That got to be, yeah, you super slow, nigga. The double, leave, come back. Okay, I fixed it. What you think? And nigga be like, nah. Like, what?
Oh, shit.
Crazy.
Woo. All right. Next up, man. Oh, W or L, your man, Reason from TDE. He is back at it with a brand new song. He released it not too long ago, last week, produced by Ninth Wonder, man, by the way. I'm going to find the name of the song because I forgot that quick, but I know you listened to it. What'd you think of it?
I like this. This was dope, man. It made me excited about his album. I was glad to see he had a release date.
Yep.
Wish that he got some of the same push that some of the other TDE guys usually get. He ain't even getting no Isaiah Rashad push. It's just like, nigga, your album coming out, you appreciate you.
But I would have Ryan Isaiah Rashad. Jesus.
I would love to see some push behind Reason because I think Reason is super dope. That single is fire. It always give you perspective. He's spitting some shit in there.
Yeah,
holding rappers accountable, old head rappers and shit. I love it. I like it, man. I can't wait till the album come out.
The new song is called The Soul Part 3, produced by Ninth Wonder. That shit is fire. He also dropped a single called At It Again. That is actually on the album. So the Ninth Wonder joint is not on the album, but the At It Again is on the album, and the album is called Porches. Comes out on the 11th, man. So looking forward to that. That's a W for sure. Real quick, W or L, your man Waka Flocka, we ain't talked about him in a stretch, said the culture needs a 50 Cent and Busta Rhymes collab album. This is a W or an L?
But this is one of the biggest L's that I've ever had on here. Why on God's green earth? Like, why on God's green earth would anyone want to be subjected to a 50 Cent Busta Rhyme album in 2023? That's nuts. And what is Waka Flocka talking about? Like who, what? Like, could you imagine sitting on that? You going to an interview, a nigga talking to you, and he hits you with the man. You know what the world need though? Nigga, that Busta 50. Like, huh? I don't even know where to go from there in the interview, bro. Like, interview over. I'm stumped. Cause where were you? How did you get to that, dude?
Hey, man.
I don't understand, man.
I ain't gonna lie, he'd have left a nigga speechless. If he'd have said that in the interview, I wouldn't have known what to say.
Yeah,
I'd have thought he was joking. I'd have started laughing, bro. I'd have thought it was one of them.
You'd have been mad at me. Oh, you for real.
What's the funny Marco types? I thought it was one of them type of interviews. I was like, oh, okay, so we doing that? Okay, cool, gotcha. Okay, that's what's up. Like, come on, bro. Like, now 50.
That's definitely something you hit funny Marco with, so he can be like, what?
50 is on tour right now. He's doing it's called the Final Lap Tour, celebrating Get Rich or Die Trying. Would you go to that?
Yes, absolutely.
I would too. It's outside.
I've seen some of the clips. Nah, ain't doing no outside. Not in all. Hell no. Nice air conditioned arena. I would go to it
with nice comfortable seats, nigga.
Right,
like
nigga.
About standing outside.
Shit. Nah, I ain't standing outside for 50 Cent. Nope. But if it was in a nice 72-degree arena with concrete floors and shit, I'd be there. Absolutely.
Yeah, I ain't doing no grass.
I seen it. Nah, hell no. Nigga, I ain't even got no shoes to put in no grass at 50 Cent. But yeah, it looked live, nigga. Some of the shit that I seen, it looked live.
Remember he came out to the Locks when we was at, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That shit was hard, though.
It went up. It did. That was dope. We was not expecting that at all.
Facts. That was dope as hell. I would see it, but it got to be at the right venue. Like if this was at Fox, I'll count me in. I would have been there. I would have had tickets, but it's at some amphitheater. You lost me with that.
Nah.
Nah, I ain't going to no amphitheater.
Nah. Nope. He need to have that at the same spot Jeezy had the 10-year anniversary down here. It was a Fox. He had a Fox.
That was fire. That's what I'm saying.
That was fire. Shit. I'd even go to it at the spot that we seen him at in the Locks. I'd go there.
Nah, that was standing room only. I ain't doing that no more.
Okay.
That's all with. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm washed. I'm real washed, nigga. I ain't playing none of them games. Shit. Hey man, on Decker of the Week, we are going to YouTube. Shout out to Public Enemy number 1. Excuse me, Public Enemy B. My bad. God damn, if I can get it right. He said, quote, y'all hit the nail on the head with the sampling interpolation convo. They've become super lazy. There's no flips or creativity happening with any of them these days. It's a terrible trend. They want to sell us on nostalgia. Of course, referring to NLE Chopper's horrible remake of Nelly's Hiding Here. Complete garbage.
Nigga did a cover song.
Yeah, that was trash.
It was nuts.
Appreciate that, big dog. And you know what's funny? What I thought about that? Mm-hmm. Remember who's the latest nigga to just sell their masters? It was Nelly.
Yeah.
So, because remember, I was hot at Nelly for even clearing it, but he didn't clear it, nigga. He just sold them, so they probably cleared that shit. So we can get ready to see, because they just want the bag off of it. We're going to see a whole lot more of that, dude. They're not going to have no stipulate. They clearing everything. Everything come across and they nigga sign that shit. And we're going to get some bullshit.
Yep, label gonna give us how much for that? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, run that. And then real quick too, shout out to Mike Fuchs Jr. 8457. He says Sway definitely has the interview game on lock. Angie is powerful, but too New York biased. In this era of podcasts, number 2 has to be a toss-up between Drink Champs and Breakfast Club. That's fair, even though it's not Drink Champs. Yeah,
hey, no Drink Champs.
It's not. I'm keeping a band with you.
Nori got some of the most intriguing interviews in the culture over the last 5 years.
Some of the most aggravating interviews in the culture the last 5 years, for sure.
Nigga broke the internet when he interviewed Joe Boy. Nori did that.
Nah, that was big. I ain't gonna lie. That was a big dog interview. What you got to put me on?
Man, I was looking at this clip of the Black Rodeo that travels around the U.S. and they were playing this song. I was like, man, what is that? It's not Lil Nas X when I say a mix, so get that out of your head, but it's a mixture of like cowboy, country, and hip-hop. This nigga's name is Shabuzi, Shaboozey. It's different. It's kind of country, but it still got some hip hop to it. I enjoyed it, man. So I want to know what you guys think. And I've been listening to a couple of songs from this dude, but his name is Shaboozey. Check that out. You gonna fuck with it. You gonna come back in here saying it's banging. I'm gonna play it on the way out.
I have zero plans on listening to any nigga named Shaboozey. I'm not going. I am doubling down on a TV show I recommended it several weeks ago. We are now on episode 8 of Average Joe on BET Plus. Yes, I know. Why in the hell am I looking at anything on BET Plus? I would ask the same question. This is fire though, with your boy. What's my boy name? Deon Cole. Super, super solid show. It kind of gives you Ozark vibes. Don't get it twisted. I am not saying it's on Ozark level. It's the same vibe. It's almost as if like the little black intern at the Ozark writing room went and did his own show on BET. That's what it feels like with the smaller budget. It's really solid though. I recommend people check it out.
I watched the first episode. I wasn't mad at it.
It's solid, and it gets smarter as it goes. Because at first it was a little bit by the numbers, kind of predictable, like the little angry female cop. You know, it's like okay, like relax.
All the tropes were there.
All of the regular tropes, like, and then you may see a beat or two coming, but it gets smarter though. I'm glad it started to do a couple of twists and turns that I actually didn't see coming. So I would check it out, man. Average Joe. Just get the free trial and run it up, man, when this little season over. It should be wrapping up pretty soon.
Speaking of TV, man, I've been watching the shit out of West Wing. Nigga, I didn't realize
West Wing, nigga, from the 1998, nigga. What the fuck?
Yeah, nigga.
That shit ain't even in HD, dude.
The first season, probably not, but it's on HBO Max. I didn't realize. Did you fucked with Newsroom, right? Or did we talk about this?
Nah, I ain't fuck with Newsroom. I never watched it, but I heard it was fire though.
The same dude. It's just the same thing as Newsroom, but it's politics instead of like news.
Yeah, everybody talking about West Wing though. That's highly regarded though.
I didn't know. I seen it on a couple lists, which even made me start watching. It took me about 2 episodes, nigga. Now I'm on season 5.
Damn.
Take you about 2 episodes to get in it, but I just been running them like in the base. One of those shows you can watch in the background.
Yeah, for sure.
But the dialogue is real high level over Law and Order, but it's similar type beats. And you like see what's happening, but it's just bam, 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 and like the walking and talking, like fast moving Succession type shit. Mm-hmm. All of that is in this show. So West Wing is fire on Max if y'all got it.
Super sleep on that. Not even gonna hold you.
It'll take you about 3 episodes. You be like, okay, I'm fucking with this. And Martin Sheen bodying it as the president, nigga.
Oh shit. Yeah. That's another episode in the books, guys. YouTube.com/OnDeckTV Show. IG On Deck TV Show. Holla at your boy. Appreciate the comments, the likes, and the subs. Good looking. Anything else before we get out of here?
That's it, man. We out of here. We appreciate y'all. Chill.
Yes, sir.